Hello everyone, this is Sri. So today we are going to see about the MySQL partial JSON updates in MySQL 8. Before going to the topic, I am going to start the new batch for training the MySQL DBA. So if you are looking for training, you can reach me. I have shared the details in the description. You can check it. And also, if you are new to my channel, please subscribe my channel for more MySQL related videos. Yeah, so let's go to the topic. So as I told, we are going to see about the partial JSON updates. Okay, so the JSON data type, which is introduced in MySQL 5.7. So from MySQL 5.7, we have the support for the JSON. Okay, so here the JSON values will be stored in the column. Okay, we have the column and it will be the JSON data type. And when coming to the replication, the size of your JSON document is a matter. Okay, so in case if you are storing the huge JSON document in your MySQL table, then let's say you also have the binlog format row. In that case, for each, when you are trying to update the column, each time that the entire column has to be written in your binlog and that has to be forward to your replica through the network. So it will consume more disk space and it will create more network usage, and also it will impact the performance as well, right? Because you are going to write some, for each update you are going to write some huge data in your binary log, right? So in that case it will also impact the performance. Okay, if you have some quite big JSON data in your MySQL and you are frequently updating that value, then it will be the problem, okay, with the performance and network and disk space usage as well. Okay, so to avoid this, from MySQL 8.0.3, we have the new feature which is partial JSON updates. Okay, so the meaning is if I am doing some update on the JSON document, then which value I am update, that will be only written in the binary log. Okay, instead of writing the entire column, uh, which value I am changing, that only will be written in the binary log. In that case, we are avoiding here to write the complete JSON document in the binary log. In that case, we are reducing the disk space usage, we are reducing the network usage, and we are also improving the performance. Okay, so we will see that in today demo. Okay, so to enable this, we have the variable binlog row value option that is null by default. We have to set it partial JSON. Okay, and also it will not impact the existing connection. The new connections will be impacted with this. And here, when I am doing the update on the column, I am using these functions in JSON set, replace, and remove. If I am updating the JSON column using this function, then only the partial JSON will be applied. Okay. So instead of using this function, if I am directly updating the entire column using the update statement, then the partial JSON will not work. Okay, so just make sure this partial JSON will work when I am updating the column using these three functions. Okay, so I have prepared the SQL statements and we will also do some performance test and see. I got this reference from the blog, MySQL blog. I let's see in the terminal. Okay, so here I am installing the MySQL 8.0.33, the latest version, and I have the database free. And okay, so I just created this table. So let me create this table. Okay, so I am creating a table the table is JSON test, and it has two columns. One is ID, integer primary key, and the another one is message column, that is JSON data type. Okay, now let me create a value using this insert statement. Yeah, so now select star from JSON test. So here you can see currently I have only one row. So this is just we are going to see how this partial JSON is impacting the binary logging. Okay, for that we have this table JSON test. So as I told, we have two columns. One is ID and another one is message column. And in this message, this is actually message is the JSON column. Message is the JSON column, and here you can see the different values. For M1 I have some value, for M2 I have some value, for M3 I have some value. So I have different values. Okay, so now what you are going to see, I am going to do one update on the JSON test table, and I am changing the message column, which is the JSON column, and I am using the JSON replace function, just updating the value for M1. Currently we have some, right, for M1 we have this some string is there, and I'm just going to update with this I value. Okay, and let's see. Update is happened, one row matched and one row changed, and I'm checking the value, and I can see currently the M1 value is updated. So previously for M1 I have this, and now after this update I have changed the value. And let me also show the current value for this bin log row option. Select at that. So currently, as I told, the default value is null. So now let's decode the bin log and see how this update statement is written in the bin log. Okay, and before that, my bin log format is default. I did not change anything, which is row. Okay, and let's decode the bin log. MySQL bin log hyphen base 64 output decode rows and two verbose, and this is the latest binary log, and I am using less to view, and here I can see the update statement. Let me copy this and store here for the comparison. Okay, so here you can see, like, I did the update for the second column, which is the message MSG column, JSON data type. And here I can see the bin log row image is full by default. So I can see the before image for both the columns. I can see the entire value, and the after image also I can see the first column and second column for M1. For I just changed the value for M1, but here I can see the value for M2, M3, all these rows are, I mean, all the values are available. Okay. So now we are going to do the same update, but before that, I am going to make the change for bin log row value option to partial JSON. And I am reconnecting. And now let's do the update with some different value J. Okay, I did the update and I am checking the value. The update is happened. The value is changed. Now let's decode the bin log and try to understand the difference. So this is the new value generated. And let me paste it here. And if you see, this is the without partial JSON. If you see, when I do the update for column message and I change the value for M1, but without partial JSON, I can see the value for M1, I can see the value for M2, M3. So the entire column will be written here, right? But after we enable the partial JSON, you can see here only the M1 value is here. Okay. So after that, we don't have the M2 value, M3 value. That is just we don't have in the binary log. That was not written in the binary log. So this is the new feature we have in the MySQL 8.0 from MySQL 8.0.3. So instead of writing the entire JSON document, it will just write the changes, modifications in the binary log. So using this, so here I have very less, I mean, my JSON column is, the size is low, but considering your production environment, you may have some huge document storing in your column when you are doing the update. Let's say if your column value is like 1 gigs, then if you are doing some update, it will generate 1 gigs or more than 1 gigs binary log. It will, and also for the replication, that 1 GB has to pass through the network, disk space usage, everything is there, right? So to avoid that, we can consider to implement this partial JSON. This is introduced from MySQL 8.0.3. So now also so this is how the partial JSON is working. Now let's try some performance test also. Actually, I got this reference from the MySQL blog. The table is already created. For example, show tables. So the table is already created. So here you can see, select count of stores. So we just have 64 rows, but the document size is quite big. Okay. For example, let me show the table size for this. Basically, so if you see, we have only 64 rows, but the table size is around 632 MB. Okay. If I do select star from, then it will be huge actually. See, for the 64 rows, you can see there is a lot of values stored in the JSON. Okay. So let me cancel this. Fine. So now what we are going to do, so we already have the table which is created, and we are just going to execute this update statement, and we will see the binary log growth for each update, and also we will try to compare the time execution. Okay. So for that, what I would like to do is, I'm just rotating the binary logs. So I just created new binary log, which is 2. Okay. So now I'm also like to set the rollback this partial JSON just that we said before, right? I'm just rollbacking this to null and reconnecting. And now without partial JSON, we are going to do the update, and we will see how much binary log is growth. And with partial JSON, we will execute the update, and we will see how much binary log growth and how much time. We will also compare the time. Okay. So this is the update statement. So select at option is null. Fine. So now let's execute this update. Yeah, so it is started. Yeah, so it took 6.22 seconds. Okay, and let's see the binary log. So here you can see the bin log size is this much. So let me try to this should be more than 1 GB, I think. I'm just converting to the MB. Yeah, so this is like 1220 megabytes MB. Okay, so this is more than 1 GB. Binary log was generated for this update statement without partial JSON. Okay, so now I'm applying the partial JSON, and reconnecting. Now checking the binary log. So we have the fresh binary log, and I am going to do the update. And let's say how much binary log is generated, and also we can compare the time. So for example, this update took some 6.22 seconds, right, without partial JSON, because that has to be written some more than 1 GB of data in the binary log before commit, right? So it took 6.22 seconds, and with partial JSON, it needs to write some minimal data in the binary log. So here you can see it is halfly reduced. Currently, with partial JSON, the query execution time is also improved from 6.22 seconds to 3.63 seconds. Okay, and let's see the binary log. Yeah, so this is the binary log generated with partial JSON. So let me see how much. Yeah, so this is 610 MB. Okay, but without partial JSON, it took 1220, okay, which is more than 1 GB, 1.2 GB, nearly 1.2 GB. But with partial JSON, we can see it is reduced to 600 MB. Okay, and also here one more thing I would like to say, we can see the improvement with the partial JSON, right? The time is also reduced, and binary log is also halfly 50% reduced when we have the partial JSON. And here, one more thing, we have binlog row image full. So in this case, before image and after image, both will be written in the binary log, right? So in this case, the before image, it has to be written the entire column in the binary log so that we have the 600 MB. Okay, even if we set to, for example, let's say let's test to binlog row image equal to minimal, then I think we can even reduce this. Okay, so for example, let's do that update, and you can see this is also furtherly reduced from 3 seconds to 1.31 seconds, because with the minimal it don't need to write the it will write only the changes, right? So in that case, you don't need to, in the before image, you don't need to write the entire column. So you can also furtherly improve the uh, situation. I mean, your query execution time and the binary log logging. Here you can see that is also even reduced some 600 MB to very less, right? This is like 2 MB. So we are reduced it. Okay. So in this case, we can reduce further. Okay. So two things here. If you are doing more updates for your JSON document, and your JSON document is also quite big, then you might run out with the performance issues, disk space issues, network issues very frequently. Okay, so I had one experience with one of the production environment. They are frequently writing the updating the JSON documentation, JSON column, and that is also huge. They had these issues, and after we implement these settings, their performance is very much improved. Okay, so if you are running with the JSON data type in your environment, and also you have the replication, and you are running with the row based, and also if you are having the binlog row image full, then those things has to be taken care. Okay, so this is what I want to share in this video. Maybe, yeah, a few people reached to me from last 2 months. I did not do video. Yeah, so I had some personal work, so that was the reason. So going forward, you can expect some frequent videos in the channel. And also, again, I'm going to start the MySQL DBA course. So if you are interested, you can reach me. I will share the details in the description. Okay, thank you. Thanks for watching. And again, if you did not subscribe my channel, please do it, and also share with your friends for more MySQL related videos. Thank you very much.